Hi, my name is Queen Zoya Shekmet El Bay. I was born Teresa Michelle Rains on December 17th, 1965. My friends call me Raw Lioness or Lioness, and that is a name that I took to myself as I began to venture out into the poetry realm. In 2000 is when I began to get in contact, or more, should I say, in touch with my spiritual side, my spirituality. And I realized that Christianity and going to church and doing those type of things weren't working for me. Not, because I got sick and tired of doing something and saying that it was a sin and having to go to church and confess my sins all over and over and over again. So I decided to follow the ways of the African traditional religion. And it worked. My first reading came when I went to DC. I was dealing with the Akan. I was scared to death, but I understood everything that the spirits were saying to me because they told me that I was a vessel. And the spirits said that they would come and teach me, not man. My second journey, I got involved with some Cubans in Miami. I received my first set of Alekes, my warriors, and I was supposed to crown and make the saint, which was Shango. But I felt like my head Orisha is Mama Oya, and all the attributes that I carry, she carried. Cemeteries, color purple, number 9, clairvoyance, able to speak to the spirits. I just felt very comfortable being in the cemetery, so I knew that I would never crown Shango. Then I got scratched in Palo Mayambi, down in Miami. I have my Nganga. And after that, I just started branching out. I felt uneasy. I felt some kind of crazy vibe, so I was introduced to Papa Joe, who is here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And as a matter of fact, on November 30th of, I would say yesterday, we did a ritual to Simbi, and we offered up a bull, and we also honored all the other warrior gods or deities, or loals, whatever you want to call them at that time. And it was very nice to see all the strong young brothers out there rocking their lekes, putting their statues down to get fed, really into what they're doing, standing in line for prayer, understanding what it was about. And it was a handful of sisters, but it seemed like it should have been more sisters than brothers. But hey, sometimes that's just the way that it is. We offered the bull to Simbi. The spirit came down, took over me. The spirit came down, took over Pop, and he was able to pray. If you're ever in the Raleigh, North Carolina area and you're a spiritualist and you want to go visit the shrines or see someone who really knows how to work the Loals and the Orishas and Palo and all of that, Papa Joe is the one to look up. There is a documentary coming out involving Papa Joe and his rituals called Voodoo in America. And he has every spirit, every Loal, every Orisha, the ancestors, they all have their own house. And it's so amazing. Once you get on that land, it's peaceful. The spirits walk that land. And people come from all over to seek this man's help. And the thing that I like about him is that he is so humble. He remains humble, and in his humbleness, he is constantly being blessed. So, Papa Joe, I love you with all my heart. If you ever get a chance to see this video, I love you with all my heart. This is the second video. The first video I made honoring the ancestors. But this is more of a personal note to those who are trying to reach this spiritual goal in their life. You have so many people telling you, you got to do this, you got to get that, you got to get this, you got to get that. And you get so confused along the way. But we as a black people, we as an African people, carry what people are wanting inside of us. Look at my skin color, my DNA, my ancestors, those who came, my ancient ancestors, those from Africa, those who blood shed on this land as slaves. on both my family bloodlines, because my father is Puerto Rican. So I can understand a connection to the Orishas. But at the same time, we got to understand that we already come from a natural force, a natural energy, and nothing is forced upon us. It makes no sense, even though they say that the white people stole our gods and they stole our deities, but we have the power to create inside of us, especially as us being women, sisters. We have that power. And to see so many brothers out there rocking their leggings, rocking the chains, have their statues, their spirits, buying candles, lighting candles. It was an inspiration to me because I knew that they were dedicated to what they're doing, just like I'm dedicated to what I'm doing. This right here, what I do, I wake up praying, I go to sleep praying. They are with me. I tell people all the time, it's like the Verizon network. Wherever I go, they go. The bond that you're supposed to have with your ancestors first should be so strong that you don't have to wait until you get home to do a ritual or to light a candle. They're right there with you. And another thing that you guys need to realize is that you can't get to none of these gods, none of these deities that you're calling upon to help you until you go through the ancestors first. And every culture, spiritual culture, they always honor the ancestors. If you look at some of the old-timey Kung Fu flicks, they honor the ancestors. I saw the movie Immortals. They honored the ancestors because they are important. They live in us. So you cannot get through Baphomet, Isis, whoever you want to call upon, Shango, Oya. You cannot get through any of them unless you honor your ancestors first. And then they will allow these other things to come to you and to work with you and to help you and to guide you. Even dealing with Jesus before he died, God didn't send the angels down. He sent down two of his ancestors to come and talk to him. So you got to understand that your ancestors are here. They're so powerful in spirit to help you. And they will send you the spirit guides to work with you. And they will send you those. And you'll be able to work with them and do what you need to do. Close the books. Get out of the books. Stop reading books on how to do rituals. Stop buying them damn witchcraft books and them Wicca books and reading all this shit on demonology and all of that shit, trying to figure out how to call this power to you. You're going to go around searching for all of this shit only to realize that what you're searching for has been inside of you the whole entire time. I have paid out so much money. I have received so many spiritual items only to realize that none of that shit will never work unless it comes from here. Unless it comes from my heart. And then I look at all the stuff I got, my ancestral altar, my Nganga. I look at all my stuff and I just look at it as just a throne for the spirits to come down to and feel comfortable. Just like when I come home, I want to be surrounded by my TV, my computer. I want to be surrounded by my favorite things like this chair right here, my bed. This is my bedroom. I want to be surrounded by my favorite things. So that's how you should treat your altars. But you should have that bond with your ancestors that no matter where you are, you could take a fucking orange and work it if you have that bond. You cannot pay for a gift that you don't have. Because everybody is not meant to be able to talk and walk with the spirits. But everybody have ancestors that they can go to. Spirits and ancestors are two different things. When you start learning how to communicate with your ancestors, a lot of doors will open up for you. When I eat and I pray, I say, look, share my plate of food with me. I put some food to the side because I know they walking with me. I want to share that energy. I'm constantly putting money down, candy, rum, cigars. That's because I love them. I don't want them to do anything for me. I just want them to know that I love them and I honor them. And I know that if a time arises that I need help with something, they will come to me. Now, don't get me wrong. I know how to work my left hand as well as my right. But I'm not going to work my left hand against someone that has not done anything to me, because this is not what this is about. It's not about me learning all the names of all the Loas and all the Orishas and all the Egyptian and Kemetic and Nuwapians. It's not about learning all those different names, because it's good to remember who they are. But when you have given the power deep down inside you to be able to create your own magic, to create your own rituals, all that other shit is just bullshit. I'm not a follower. I give reference to no man. I honor my ancestors. I honor those that have been placed in my life. I don't compete. I have no time to compete. If you like me and you can do what I do, then you're my sister or you're my brother, and I love you and I want to build with you and I want to learn from you, because there's going to be things that I don't know how to do that you know how to do, and I'm going to have to come to you and ask you for your help. And if your walk is so strong with your ancestors, and then you take it further and they open up the door to allow certain deities to come to you, to work with you, to talk to you, man, when you start getting out there and using your gift to help people, you could take a glass of water, a cigar, light a candle, and sit down there and read the hell out of somebody's life without having to throw the cards down, without having to throw the shells down. You can just sit there and be like, oh, this is what's going on in your life, and just prophesy to them. But that communication and that walk has to be so fucking strong with them. And that's all they want, is recognition, honor. They'll send people your way to help you. They'll come to you in your dreams. Sometimes they're coming to you in dreams of people that you are familiar with, so they won't scare the hell out of you. I was playing with a Ouija board, and I wanted the thing to fly up. And the spirit spoke to me and said, you're not ready for that, because if I was to fly this thing off the bed, you're going to be scared. So why are you asking for something that you know that's going to scare you? So I had to learn how to overcome my fears. I had to stop being what other people thought that I should be. And when my first reading came and they told me that the spirits were going to teach me, I had to go back to the beginning to understand that, guess what? The spirits is going to teach me. Aside from me being a priestess, high order of Melchizedek, aside of people calling me Mambo, aside of people calling me a Yaya, whatever anybody want to label me as, because of all the initiations and all the rites of passage that I have had, I am a woman. And I have, fallen down out of my choices. I didn't listen to my ancestors. I didn't listen to the spirits. I made wrong choices, got my ass beat, drugged down through there. Went down through there, because I felt like nothing could touch me. But then I realized that with all the stuff that I went through, when these sisters came to me, telling me about the abuse they was going through with niggas, telling me about all this stuff they was going through, I was able to help them, because I felt the pain and I felt the emotion, and I knew that I could help them, and I knew that I could teach them, and I knew that I could show them what was going on, because I went through it. And I won't go sit here and fake the fucking act like I didn't know, because I know. I know. So I'm telling you, what you searching for and what you looking for is right here inside you. Before you start any type of spiritual journey, get on your ancestors first. Forget all this new age bullshit. Forget all of that. Once you do that, you will learn how to use the herbs to heal yourself. Use the herbs to kill. You will learn how to use the crystals to heal yourself. You will learn how to read the stars and understand what's going on. But first you got to start from within, without. And within, without is the ancestors. I used to always say, as it is above, it is below. But as it is below, it is above. See, the spirits work opposite of how we work. So once you get it right here, and balance all this shit out that's going on with you, and understanding the type of power that you have and how you can use things to open up doors, you'll be surprised. You'll be amazed. Now, I don't go around here doing nothing to people.